Hey there, beautiful. It's been 6 months since I gave you an update on our laptop sales business. When I last spoke to you, we had the RAM crisis, and obviously we're still going through the RAM crisis. However, now we have an NVMe crisis. So what I wanted to show you is the very last batch of laptops I am going to be selling for the foreseeable future. Now, I know I said this 6 months ago, but you beautiful people out there were kind enough to donate RAM and donate NVMe's, and you allowed me to sell 2 batches of laptops. It was about I think 200 laptops, which was awesome. That was very cool. And during that time, I purchased more laptops that had soldered RAM. Now, I think they're 16 gigabytes, right?
Yes.
Thank you. With the idea being that they'd be a better purchase than, say, a brand new laptop with 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is the budget option now. I was hoping to undercut it with these older laptops, these business class laptops. Now, I have no NVMe's for them. I'm kind of done with the whole thing. Now, this isn't a doom and gloom video. This is just an update to how the laptop business is going since the last video.
It's a shame that this is where we're at.
Yes, it certainly is. It sucks ass. Giant, smelly, stinky ass.
I like that.
I don't kink shame. I mean, this is the reality. So I did go to Computex. One of the reasons I went to Computex was I was trying to source NVMe's. We have 51 X1 Carbon Gen 10s, and they're amazing laptops. Soldered RAM, 16 gigabytes, very reliable for the most part. They're built tough, like Ford. But when I bought these laptops, they did not come with NVMe's because the NVMe's cost more than the laptops do at this point in terms of profit. So the companies I'm buying these from outside of Trident has also been hurt by the drought, are taking the NVMe's from them and they're selling them. It sucks, but that's business.
This is where we're at.
That's where we're at. So I went to Computex. I was looking for Gen 4 512 gigabyte NVMe drives. And hopefully I found them. I was in talks with iBuyPower and I signed some sort of contract that said something, I don't remember, but I was under the assumption the next morning that I found NVMe's. Whether or not that will actually come to fruition, I'm not sure, but at least I have a lead now. However, I still have 61 laptops left over that we just got Gen 3 NVMe's for. A bunch of X13 Gen 2s, T14 Gen 2s, T14 Gen 3s, good computers. And ironically, the best computers that we have are MacBooks in terms of budget, because MacBooks have soldered RAM, soldered storage, so those are still selling for normal price. Which is disgusting to even think about. The ThinkPads though, all the ThinkPads, you like that drip, baby?
I like that skin.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose again. So by the time this video goes live, I'll probably already have sold at least the T14s and all that. The X1 Carbons, who knows? About 3 or 4 months now I've been sitting on those because that's how hard of a struggle it is right now. But I'm not here to complain. I'm doing great because you guys watch my videos, and fortunately, the sponsors pay all the bills. So it's nice. I'm not complaining. And I don't want to beg for drives. I'm not going to beg for drives. Also don't want donations. So thank you guys so much. But we literally don't have the logistics right now to deal with the donations because there's so much going on. Until prices level off again, I'm not selling laptops for the foreseeable future. What I am doing is refurbishing all the laptops that I've had built up for a very long time. So a bunch of workstations that only I can refurbish. Lupe refurbishes a lot of the other ones, which are easier to refurbish, something that you can even do at home, which is what you should be doing if you are, looking for a hobby or something like that. If it's to flip it for a fair, reasonable profit margin, that's cool, you can do that. Don't be a greedy piece of garbage. And if it's your own stuff, refurbish it and make it last as long as possible. These are the big boys though. This thing is a Dell Precision 7560, 1TB SSD. It is a NVMe, 11th gen Intel Core i9, so it's 11950H. That's a hefty boy. It goes up to 5 gigahertz turbo. It does have a workstation GPU though. It's the T1200 laptop GPU, but it has 64 gigabytes of DDR4. So if I was smart, I would just take the RAM out of this thing and then sell it and then scrap this thing on eBay. But I'm not smart. I am an idiot who doesn't sell out because I have too much integrity, and it's fucking aggravating having too much integrity, let me tell you. When you have companies knocking down your door like, hey, you want to sell some AI stuff? And I'm like, well, what is it? And they're like, you can put artists out of business. And I said, you know what? Fuck them kids, but also fuck you. If only all sponsors were easy as mono, because I'm in the early stages of starting a podcast, so I've been looking for mics, and the one I've settled with is the Mono PD200W Hybrid. This is the world's first hybrid microphone designed specifically for podcasting in any environment. A hybrid mic gives you the freedom of wireless with 2.4 GHz and the pro quality of wired with USB and XLR in one plug-and-play setup. It's built so you can skip the tech headache and just start creating. Having this choice was a game changer for someone like me who's always traveling and doesn't want to deal with wires and outlets. It allows me to be free to podcast in different scenarios like my home office, a warehouse, or even outside. And I'm very picky on how my audio sounds, but since this has a 30mm dynamic capsule, I get the studio quality 48kHz 24-bit audio that satisfies my earballs. Noise canceling was also a huge factor since I record in untreated rooms, like my sad excuse for a home office. But this includes 3-stage noise canceling so I can block out the year-round leaf blowers. For example, I have brown noise playing out of these two speakers, and I'm going to cycle through the levels. This is negative 13 decibels. This is negative 20 decibels, and this is negative 28 decibels. And even on the timeline, you can see the difference. You can still hear me perfectly because it uses a cardioid pickup pattern that keeps your voice clear and forward. Most importantly for podcast interviews, it supports dual-track recording so each voice is on its own lane, meaning editing becomes a billion times easier. You can also fine-tune your tone and reverb levels using the Monolink app, which isn't required, but is incredibly useful. The icing on the cake was the 60 hours of battery life and the 60-meter wireless range, which means I can record all the way over here without an issue. My only regret is not ditching my old mic sooner. So go ahead and check it out yourself by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment. Going forward, the channel, it's still going to be the same content. Nothing's really going to change. I'm still going to be getting laptops that I find, you know, fun to work on, interesting, all that stuff. Same thing with like, I'll be getting tech that I find interesting. I'm in a weird position right now because at the beginning of the year, I told you guys I wanted to focus more on building PCs. I'm building PCs. What a great year to do that. The whole idea was that, oh, I build this PC, maybe you can get ideas off of it, and we can do our jokes and our skits and stuff while we build it. Well, you can't afford anything right now. There's still hope. Computex gave me hope. So the future of the channel, I am still gonna be building stuff, but it's gonna be stuff that you can't afford.
For some of you.
For some of you, it's gonna be stuff that some of you, most of you, 99% of you can't afford, right? So it's gonna be just kind of enthusiast stuff because I'm trying to get back in touch with my enthusiast side. You know, when I used to see a computer come into the shop at the very beginning and I was like, whoa, this thing has like a GTX 960, whoa. Before it was like, you know, great, this thing has a fucking GTX 960 piece of shit. So you will be seeing me building a lot more stuff, a lot more just kind of crazy stuff or whatever. However, this video, I want to just emphasize with you guys, the best thing that you can do right now is maintain your current equipment. If you just literally watch any video I've worked on with a laptop, I tell you exactly what you need to do with a laptop. So right now, I'm not going to show you a step-by-step process of refurbishing this Precision. I'm just going to be refurbishing this Precision while I talk to you. This is a beastly machine. 1, 2, 3 NVMe drives.
Speaking about beastly, looks like you got a beastly tan while you're out there in
you like that?
Taiwan.
Yeah, you like that?
Yes.
Yeah, look at that. I guess I did get a little dark. So yeah, this is a pretty powerful machine. 1, 2, 3 NVMe drives, 2 32 sticks of DDR4 RAM to make 64 gigabytes, and it has 2 free slots, which is nuts. Don't say that out loud though. The RAM burglar. That's what happened to the last guy that defied him. Yeah, but this thing needs to be repasted. So these workstations are very good deals. At least they were good deals. I don't know how good of a deal it is now, but if you're stuck, you know, on this old technology, I have no good news for you. You have to make do with what you have. Just don't expect me to sell laptops anymore. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. Don't message me, don't comment saying, when are you gonna ship to Antarctica? The answer is never, because I don't want to go through this anymore. This is taking up way too much of my time for not enough, you know, reward. I was willing to do it before for like to break even or even lose money at certain points, but now it's at the point where the money being lost is very significant. It's not sustainable anymore for me, which really friggin' sucks. And I can't go back to being a repair shop because that's an even worse choice right now. Because imagine a repair shop trying to get an NVMe or to get RAM, and they're quoting a customer, you know, $800.
They're trying to stiff me.
Yep, exactly. They think they're being screwed over and all that stuff, which is not cool. Everything's going up in price. Again, I don't want this to be a doom and gloom video. I just want it to be a realistic video and kind of an update of where we're at in the shop And where a lot of shops are at is out of business. They're struggling. So I do recommend you to support your local shop if you're not comfortable with working on your own stuff. However, I strongly advise you to find stuff to work on. That's what you should do. Find it somehow. Does Gam Gam have an old HP with broken hinges in her pile of, you know, knickknacks or whatever? Work on it. Screw around with it. Figure out how things work to save yourself money.
If you have an old TV like what I did on my CRT wall, baby, check
Yes.
me out.
Yeah, Lupe has a pretty sick CRT wall in his videos. Lupe GE1. Check him out on YouTube. Oh yeah, this thing needs thermal paste. Woo, boy.
Yeah, it's pretty crusty.
That is crusty, dusty, musty, susty.
Does it smell like my cologne?
No, it smells like dick. Which also happens to smell like your cologne. So it's a good thing I decided to redo this thermal paste on this guy. God, please don't show anything over here. You know what you guys would love to see? I found this guy in the e-waste pile. This Asus big boy.
Oh, we were in the warehouse.
Yes, we literally stole it from Trident. Very nice, look at this, huh? Huh? The chonkers of the chonk.
Yes.
Back in the day. Oh yeah, when I was at Computex, it reinvigorated the enthusiast in me. It was really cool to see a bunch of like the old Asus stuff, like the ROG, just the history of computers. It was really freaking cool. Now I'm kind of torn, right? Of course I want to build a computer that has a 5090 in it and like a billion gigawatts of RAM, but I'll feel bad showing you guys that when I know a lot of you are on like DDR1. So I'm in a weird spot with that one. With that said, I am absolutely going to be doing builds with 5090s and a lot of RAM and things that you can't afford. And I just want you to know, it's like watching a car channel. Sometimes I work on hoopties, right? And they're fun. This is a hoopty, this is fun. Sometimes you work on Bugattis. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So a lot of the builds are gonna be interesting builds that you can't afford, and some of them will be DDR3 builds, stuff like that. I just don't wanna sacrifice my, like, the only thing that keeps me passionate about this industry now that this has been taken away from me, right? Because I was passionate about this, selling laptops to people, giving back to the community that has nothing else, right? There's no other options, but now this is not even an option anymore. So I'm kind of replacing that with, you know what, screw it. Let's just do what I think is fun. I had that plan anyways. I don't want to scrap that plan. And of course, we'll keep making it fun, and I'll keep fixing these random things as they come along. I do kind of feel a little bad, like survivorship guilt, you know, that I don't have to suffer through this with you guys. I am suffering through it because I can't afford fucking laptops. So, but I am so thankful for you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys watching our stuff, then I'd be stuck in the subway. Let's actually think about this, Lupe. Let's think about this. If we never popped off on YouTube, where would the business be right now?
I'm still broke now, so we're still in the same position. It's like, what?
Yeah, we're cooked. There's a weird things with repair shops, right? Because during times of economic struggle, like recession or whatever it was, people were they were holding onto their devices longer, they were holding onto their cars longer, they were repairing them because the alternative option, you know, buying a new one, it wasn't financially feasible for them. Now, even repairing something isn't like financially feasible. You can't repair something.
No, everything's super expensive.
Everything's super expensive. So like, what are you doing? Repair shops, what are you doing? I know your rent's going up. I would love to hear how repair shops are doing right now and how you guys are staying alive. Also, what I'm curious about is how the hell I didn't notice that this DC jack was broken until I just looked down just now. That is a broken DC jack, my guys. There should be a plastic housing around that connector right there. You should not be able to see the metal pins like that. So this is from a last video that actually might be the next video, depending on how this is released. See that plastic casing? That's how it should look like. Good thing I took off the heatsink, but now I have to order this part before I even paste this thing. I can't repaste this thing because I have to remove the heatsink to get to the DC jack, which thankfully, Dell used a modular DC jack on this guy because the precisions are very good, very built to be repaired. Okay, why don't we give them a quick tour of the warehouse, Lupe, before we call it quits. I already showed you the laptops here, X1 Carbons, Gen 9s, all the T14s that we're selling, all that crap, all that stuff. I have no idea what we're even gonna price them at. Again, by the time this video releases, they're probably gonna be gone already. Oh, look at that new camera rig.
Oh yeah, look at me.
And this is, Lupe did an amazing job while we were gone. Yeah, and redid this whole thing. Probably can't even show you half this stuff over here. So I'm probably gonna have to blur out all this stuff. Sorry, editor. Oh, they don't know about the toga.
They don't. We should blur that out.
We should blur this out too. This is the rack of rejects. So a large portion of my lost revenue and my poor financial decisions is stemming from this rack where I bought a ton of equipment, a ton of laptops and stuff, and a lot of them were unrepairable. Terrible issues with them that's gonna cost a lot of money to fix. These ones are okay.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, so these ones are okay, they just need to be repasted. Yeah, that's the thing, dude. I don't have time to do this, and I would love to hire somebody to be able to just come here and just shut your mouth, repaste the computers, and then leave. Oh, this monitor! A gracious subscriber got me this monitor, and I still haven't installed it, I'm sorry. I literally have not had the time to bring this home and install it. My monitor still is a broken...
Don't worry, I'll take it home for you.
Get out of my... You already have my wife, I don't want you stealing this. Oh yeah, we got some good stuff back here. Customer sent me this HP Omen. If you email me because you have an interesting product that you think will make a good video and you live in the United States and you don't mind shipping it to me, let me know because I do like working on stuff still. However, if it's your daily machine and you are addicted to this thing 24 hours a day, don't even reach out to me because I'm gonna take like a month to return this thing to you. Okay, and it's probably gonna be broken when I give it back to you. Missing RAM, NVMe's maybe, which I steal. You know, I'm the NVMe burglar. There it is, that's the tour, that's the update for the shop video. As always, thank you for staying with us. You guys make it possible. That needs some work.
It's our cloning station.
Cloning station is a little in rough condition right now. It still works. It just looks a lot crazier now that we don't have them on a metal rack. That's your casting bench. And this is Lupe's tower of CRTs. You can catch Lupe on Lupe GE1.
Yes.
So Lupe live streams his DJ stuff.
Yeah. So on the live, this is what I'll be doing is throwing this in the background. There will be a how-to video how to do this, so I will be doing some of that stuff. But yeah, I'll record it on this little puppy right here. The majority of my mixes are recorded on my camcorder. And old technology, I kind of like that aesthetic of things. So these old TVs, they were going to get crushed. You don't let them get crushed.
No, we don't do that here.
We be doing the crushing, baby.
Lupe crushes me every night.
I saw a fly trying to get in here.
Motherfucker.
We got him.
Look at this little bitch.
Oh, he's actually in here.
Oh, he's in here. Oh, Lupe, get him! Get him! The chanclet. F's in chat. Thank you for watching. Oh, Lupe, thank you. Oh, I love you too.